And a really spectacular scene here at Villa Park. Tens of thousands of claret and blue flags are being waved up into the air by the Aston Villa fans. We've got jets of flame shooting up into the air and black ice as well, as the two teams make their way from the tunnel just to our left towards the corner flag at the north stand end of the stadium to the halfway line. Aston Villa in claret and blue, and Liverpool in their change kit tonight of the white and black with green trim, the green shirts of Liverpool. And I can see that Unai Emery will be out very shortly to greet Jurgen Klopp in his penultimate game as Liverpool manager. An emotional week ahead of him, and even though his final season ultimately will end with just the League Cup in the trophy cabinet, it is a chance for Liverpool fans and the Premier League to celebrate a manager who's given so much across nearly 9 years in charge. For Aston Villa, well, all of the disappointments of the Conference League semi-final last Thursday will be wiped out if they confirm 4th spot. A win will get Aston Villa Champions League football. Here are the two teams: Martinez in goal, Konsa, Diego Carlos, Pau Torres and Luca Digne. Bailey, Tielemans, Luiz and McGinn in midfield, Watkins and Diaby up front. And for Liverpool, the goalkeeper is Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Quansah, Van Dijk and Gomez are the back four. Elliott, Endo and McAllister are in midfield. Salah, Gakpo and Diaz are the three up front. Let me give you the two subs benches as well for Aston Villa. The goalkeeper Olsen, Chambers, Longley, Zaniolo and Duran. Then the youngsters Kessler Hayden, Irobanam, Monroe and Kellyman. And for Liverpool, who are without Andy Robertson and Jota not in the squad either, Kelleher the goalkeeper, Konate, Szoboszlai, Nunez, Jones, Tsimikas, Gravenberg, Bajcetic and Bradley. Danny Murphy, Aston Villa have certainly brought the pre-match atmosphere and the pyrotechnics, but of course the question is always, can the players deliver on the pitch tonight?
Yeah, the pre-game stuff's nice, kids coming out, partners are having a little with the kids down there and stuff like that, but got to get the job done on the pitch. Fireworks don't mean nothing if you walk off losing the game. Reminded me a little bit of Selhurst Park when we did the game together against Man United, and the Crystal Palace team certainly followed up the firework display with a similar display on the pitch. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens tonight, but this Liverpool team have got personal pride, got a new manager looking in from afar, I'm sure, judging the players, seeing how they are. Competition for places, I expect Liverpool to be at it. There's no excuse not to be.
Yes, Arne Slot we expect to be confirmed as the next Liverpool manager. The Aston Villa players have broken out of their huddle, the Liverpool players yet to do so. Huge roar from the home supporters, and now the boos for Liverpool as we prepare to get the game off and underway. Less than a week of the Premier League season remains. The race for the title continues at Tottenham tomorrow, live and only with us, and will be across absolutely everything on the final day this Sunday. But tonight, can Aston Villa clinch their place in the Champions League? Liverpool here at Villa Park, and we're live and exclusive on Talk Sport. Liverpool from left to right towards the Holt end in the first half, the green and white quartered shirts, black shorts and white socks, and Aston Villa in claret and blue with white shorts playing from right to left towards the north stand end of the stadium. Not 1 in 4 Aston Villa. Unai Emery and Jurgen Klopp are standing inside their respective technical areas just either side of the halfway line. Our commentary position halfway inside the half to the left, so the end of the field where Liverpool will be defending in the first half. An early touch for Van Dijk midway inside his own half the field. A little bit of rain still in the air. It's not been the brightest or nicest day in the second city. Very overcast overhead and the floodlights are on as Van Dijk goes back to Alisson, making his 200th Premier League appearance tonight. He hoists the ball downfield and Pau Torres is there with a neat cushioned header to the feet of Tielemans in the centre circle. He tries to play it through the middle, but Liverpool retain possession, and now Harvey Elliott streaking over the halfway line at real pace. Salah to his right hand side, quickly forward to Elliott inside the area, swings in the cross right footed, and Martinez has bundled it into his own net. An inexplicable own goal from Emi Martinez. All of the hard work done by Harvey Elliott, who whipped the cross into the near post. Martinez seemed to have the easiest grasp on the ball, but somehow has turned it into his own goal. It's one of the most remarkable own goals we've seen in the Premier League this season. Martinez can't believe it. Villa Park is stunned into silence, and with less than 90 seconds gone, Liverpool lead by a goal to nil.
Yeah, it was a good move. Kwanzaa playing out through the back, Elliott surging forwards, goes out to the right, plays a 1-2 with Salah. Oh, it's a deflection. So Harvey Elliott gets to the byline, tries to cross the ball, it comes off Pau Torres' shoulder. Not to make excuses, because he still should save it. He's dropped it. It's a wet ball, slipped, and as he's tried to grasp it back, he's mishandled it. Unlike the big man, really poor mistake.
With a squirm through the gloves of Martinez, off his chest almost, Danny, as Liverpool win it back again, and they already lead 1-0, having scored 4 the weekend prior to this one at home to Tottenham, that 4-2 victory. It is certainly a Martinez own goal, despite the deflection off Pau Torres. And yes, regardless of whether that slightly changed the direction of the ball, he's a World Cup winning goalkeeper, a Premier League goalkeeper, a goalkeeper really of any standard. Should not let that squirm through his grasp, even on a slippery surface and on a wet evening here in Birmingham. So 1-0 Liverpool lead. Here is Diaz, 25 yards out. Villa have not got started yet, and that has been a theme for them in the last few weeks.
Well, it didn't go in because he dropped it. So as he's dropped it and fallen back, he's tried to then scoop it out. For those who are listening and trying to understand the picture, he's dropped it, not behind the line, then he's tried to scoop it, but it's hit the end of his fingers and gone in rather than scooping it back in a panicked motion. So he's actually punched it, knuckled it into his own net, really, rather than dropping it. Liverpool on the attack again.
Looking very bright, Liverpool. And again, Elliott wide to Salah on the near side, the right. He's attacking the whole end in the first half. Salah skips beyond Luca Dean and curls it towards the far corner. And it's gone behind via a deflection for a Liverpool corner. Dean was run ragged by Salah there. Left completely exposed. Salah beyond him with ease. And then the left-footed curler heading for the bottom corner. And it's deflected again off Pau Torres. And behind for a Liverpool corner.
Cutting in too easy. Luca Dean, not the best strike from Salah actually. It's a decent block from Torres, but he didn't get hold of it, Salah, but he's skipped by Luca Dean too easily there. McGinn's got to be doubling up.
4 points between Aston Villa and Tottenham, whose game in hand, of course, tomorrow against Manchester City, in a massive game in the race for the title. It'll be live on Talk Sport only tomorrow night. Manchester City could go back top ahead of the final day. Corner to Liverpool, Alexander-Arnold right-footed in, swinging in towards Van Dijk, headed away, only as far as Elliott, right-hand edge of the area. He's jinked away from Dean, he's played it back to McAllister to whip it in, and then the header is over the top from Gakpo and into the whole 10. Unai Emery out of the dugout, he's applauding and trying to cajole his Aston Villa players into action, but they need to wake up, Danny Murphy.
Yep, just calm things down. Goal's gone in, little bit of a mistake, everything's a bit frenetic, just need to calm themselves down, get on the ball.
And Danny's absolutely right about the manner of the own goal. We've got little monitors in our commentary position so we can see it again and again and again. Martinez mishandles the original cross that did take a slight deflection, and it's a sort of instinctive panicked hand to try and claw the ball away, and it's come off his fingertips and just rolled into the net.
Yeah, it's I mean, he's been brilliant, hasn't he? The keepers make the odd mistake, the ball's soaking wet. It's early in the game, he'll know better than anyone.
It's a freak goal, really. But for Liverpool, great joy for the supporters on the far side of the field. The Jurgen Klopp chant ringing out from the away section. Just 2 more games now, including tonight, for Jurgen Klopp. What a remarkable and storied career he's enjoyed in English football and at Liverpool, up there with some of the greats in terms of Liverpool managers. The man who brought the league title, of course, back to the club, and the Champions League, the FA Cup, the League Cup. He's won just about everything. Here is Diaz for Liverpool in the left wing position now, the far side. Cutting infield towards the corner of the penalty area, sets up Elliott, square to McAllister, dinks it forward towards Elliott again, and it's chested back into the gloves of the goalkeeper by the retreating Tielemans, and Martinez with a quick throw out to the near side, and John McGinn. 6 minutes played, Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 1, and Liverpool much the better team early on here. I don't know whether it's It's nerves for Aston Villa, maybe a lack of confidence after going out of Europe last week, but Liverpool are all over them, and here's McAllister down by the dead ball line again, cutting the ball back across. This time Pau Torres clears the ball away from danger.
Great ball.
And Dean scoops it high over the halfway line towards the run of Watkins. Van Dijk's there on the cover to roll it back to Addison.
The extra man in Liverpool's midfield's killing Villa at the moment. So 3 against 2 in the middle of the pitch, and Diaby and Watkins are playing as a 2, but one of them's got to drop in on Endo, otherwise they're going to get absolutely outplayed all evening. You can't play one man short in the middle unless your wide men tuck in narrow, and they're not. When I say wide, your 2 wide midfielders got to come in and make a 4v3. If not, then one of your front men's got to drop in, and at the moment it's so easy in the middle of the park for Liverpool.
Liverpool have won more Premier League away games against Aston Villa than any other team they've faced in the Premier League. 16 wins away from home here at Villa Park for Liverpool, looking to make it 17 tonight and finish the season well. Of course, they can't win the Premier League now. Long ball downfield towards Mo Salah, headed away by Martinez. Good starting position from the goalkeeper, and he nodded it clear from the edge of his penalty area, and it's out of play for a Liverpool throw on this near side.
Played in a couple of those ones myself. It's always a good ground for me, this, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, enjoyed playing here. Some fond memories here, some good goals.
Is it sometimes the case that there's a certain ground where you just look forward to going?
Yeah. I mean, forwards will probably have more favourite grounds than me, but I probably had 2 or 3 that I really enjoyed going to, and this was one of them. Newcastle and Old Trafford probably the other 2.
Old Trafford would be up there.
Yeah.
Danny Murphy with us tonight, formerly of Liverpool and England, forward by Van Dijk over the top, high towards Salah. Good header away by the retreating Pau Torres, but then Luca Dean has been robbed the possession by Elliott, racing into the area, the angle slightly against him, jinks back onto his left foot. In the end, enough claret and blue shirts back. Douglas Luiz and Pau Torres between them get it away, and now a promising counter-attack for Villa. McGinn, crossfield left to right towards the far side, and Diaby hardly made mention of the Villa attackers yet. 1-0 down. Diaby goes on the outside of Gomez, he skips past him, and then Bailey tries to turn the cut back into the net. He can't do it, it's gone behind, and Liverpool have been given a goal kick. It looked at first like there might have been a deflection on that effort from Bailey to take it behind, but goal kick Liverpool, who lead 1-0 in the 9th minute.
Well, it was a great ball from Tielemans, a really early ball into the area Trent had left, and McGinn then McGinn gets in, switches it over to Leon Bailey, who has a little run at Gomez. Diaby has a run at Gomez and does really well.
So as I say, 4 points would be the gap between Aston Villa and Tottenham if it stayed like this tonight. Spurs, of course, at home to Manchester City tomorrow evening, live and exclusive on Talk Sport. Then Tottenham go to Sheffield United on the final day. Aston Villa are away at Crystal Palace, who are one of the toughest teams to go up against in the Premier League at the moment. And all of the final day drama we'll bring to you on Talk Sport, of course, as you'd expect. Playoff action later this week as well. Both second legs in the Championship. Leeds against Norwich on Thursday, Southampton against West Brom on Friday, and then we start our playoff final commentaries this weekend with both League One and League Two. We'll have the Championship as well. Forward by Gakpo from just shy of the halfway line, up the middle, and it's easily intercepted by Pau Torres. Liverpool extremely lively and fleet-footed and quick on the ball in these early stages. They may have had a bit of fortune with the opening goal, but they certainly deserve their lead. Dino, good ball up the outside left channel, but Quansah's there in front of Ollie Watkins to steer it away. Now it drops on the halfway line and out of play for a Liverpool throw just shy of halfway. How much will it mean, I wonder, Danny, to the Liverpool players in terms of giving a manager who's given them and the club so much the send-off that he really deserves?
I think more importantly the next game at home. This one not so much. I mean, I'm not suggesting they don't want to win. Salah's in here.
And Salah has got the wrong side of Dean. He's 5 yards from the edge of the area. He's dinked it in high. Diaz with a downward header, and then Gakpo hits the post on the stretch. The flag was up anyway. Diaz downward header turned away, and then Gakpo from a tight angle against the woodwork. But Aston Villa looks so vulnerable, particularly Dean in the early stages.
Yeah, he does.
In the left back position.
He looks nervous. Give the ball away a couple of times. Just offside. I think it's the right decision for Gakpo, trying to get him behind.
And former Everton man Luca Dean struggling to deal with the threat of Salah and Elliott on the Liverpool right. Jurgen Klopp said his only wish would have been to have played Harvey Elliott a little more if he could have possibly done so. Here is McGinn on the halfway line. Quick ball up the left wing position. Now they're Watkins right in front of us. He's taking on Quansah in a one-on-one. Aston Villa seeking an equaliser here. Only a win will guarantee them the Champions League. Watkins pulls it back. Tielemans rams it in. What a finish from Tielemans. Pinpoint into the bottom corner. Aston Villa are level. Liverpool look to the referee. But for now, it's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1.
Brilliant from Ollie Watkins. Quansah can't cope with his pace. One-on-one against Quansah. He thinks, I'm going to run you. I'm going to see how quick you are. That's the only advantage when you've got Kanate in there. That extra yard of pace. Quansah's been brilliant, but he's a young lad. One-on-one with one of the quickest forwards in the Premier League. Shows him the line. Flies by him too easily. It's a great pullback from Ollie Watkins. And that Tielemans, technically brilliant. Smashes it into the bottom corner. I think the Liverpool players are saying that a Villa player was in the way of Diaby. No, he wasn't in the way of Alisson. It's a goal.
The goal stands and 1-1. Aston Villa with their first real attack, the first time they got in behind Liverpool at any moment in the first 12 minutes.
Well, with Liverpool, where Trent goes off and has a wander, you're going to have space down this left-hand side. We've seen it twice. And Watkins 1v1 is a problem to anybody. And as I said, Quansah's been great. He's a young lad. He's had a brilliant season. And when he's come in and done really well, and he's going to be a really top player. But when you leave centre-halves exposed who haven't got that electrifying pace against someone like Watkins, it's going to be difficult.
So it's 1-1, and what a start at Villa Park. Live on Talk Sport, Unai Emery punching the air with glee. After that Aston Villa equaliser, and Liverpool have now gone 10 successive league games without a clean sheet for the first time since 1998 under Roy Evans. A run of 11 that year. Forward by Van Dijk, high over the top for Liverpool. Gomez collects the ball down by the corner flag, and the press from Ezri Konsa, who hooks it out of play, and that'll be a throw to Liverpool midway inside the Aston Villa half. So Aston Villa would need one goal, of course, to turn the game around completely, but more importantly for them, one goal to potentially confirm Champions League football. But there's a long way to go very early on in the game.
It's a very open game.
Yep.
Great for us.
It certainly is.
I said it wouldn't be 0-0. Thank God it's not. Never lived that.
It was never going to be, though, was it, with these two teams, the way that they can attack and the way at times they have defended this season. Alexander-Arnold trots over halfway. He's in a inside right position, forward to Salah, corner of the penalty area. Salah jinks in field, clips the high ball to the back post. He picks out Joe Gomez. He's brought it down. He lobs it into the penalty area, cleared away by Tielemans. No great conviction from Gomez there in the fullback.
The problem they've got at the moment is when Harvey Elliott comes out wide to get close to Salah, McGinn doesn't know whether to go with him, whether to stay in, whether to get Trent. It's causing them a real problem. Because Trent ran 60 yards with the ball then with 50 yards, nobody pressurising him.
And now Gomez again on the far side, the left wing. That's a poor ball forward by Gomez, straight out of play. Has had a good season, Gomez, and has deputised for Liverpool in a number of positions, including the left-back role that he occupies tonight, but nowhere near finding either Diaz or Gakpo.
He's been terrific.
Yep.
And there's a great stat, I can't remember the exact numbers, but the numbers are great in terms of the win percentage when he started compared to when he hasn't, which says a lot about him.
Well, they've needed him, haven't they?
Yeah.
Andy Robertson out for long periods.
Yeah.
And you're right, Liverpool have had a lot of injuries this season, which has potentially hurt them at vital moments in this spring of 2024. Ball cleared away by Endo, high upfield, brought down by Diego Carlos, and now the Brazilian Douglas Luiz in his long sleeve shirt will shepherd it all the way back to Martinez wearing all black, and the goalkeeper can breathe a sigh of relief. His own goal is at least partly forgotten now, because Aston Villa have responded through that emphatic finish from Tielemans, who, as we know, Danny, we've seen it so many times, he really can hit them.
Well, actually, Tielemans and Luiz, who are both playing in there tonight for Villa, they're both technically really good, and either or would have been comfortable in that position they're in again.
Bailey, quick feet in the centre circle, escapes Harvey Elliott, knocks it wide to Diaby now, right-hand edge of the penalty area, forward to Bailey. What incredible pace to reach that 1-2 ball, back to him up the right-hand edge of the penalty area from Diaby, and he wins Aston Villa a corner off Virgil van Dijk. It's Villa 1, Liverpool 1.
Yeah, Bailey found himself in a great little position in between the lines, turned, ran at Liverpool, pushed it out right, but Gomez and Van Dijk, good defending, stayed on the feet, used the pace. Van Dijk covered him well. Bailey.
Well, this corner is at the north stand end, the two-tiered end of Villa Park, away to our left-hand side. Two standing over the corner here for Villa. It'll be Douglas Luiz, right-footed and out-swinging to the near post. Watkins can't reach it, cleared away by Endo on the stretch. It drops to McGinn, 35 yards out, central, dinks it to the left high, and Luca Dinu pulls it back across, and a good clearing header by Van Dijk. That will roll out of play. Aston Villa throw, and the Villa fans out of their seats in front of us here. We're only about 10-15 rows or so of seats from the edge of the pitch, and it's such a great ground full of character. I thought that as I was walking up earlier on, but the brick facade of the Holt End as you walk up to it, and then the modernity inside. Great atmosphere always guaranteed as Liverpool break away after that Villa throw comes to nothing. Diaz over hit through the middle, much too much for Mo Salah as he puts the pressure on Martinez. The Villa goalkeeper just about deals with that. 1-1.
Yeah, it's got that great old school feel about it, this ground. Pitch is close to the stands.
Emery's almost on the pitch there, urging Aston Villa forward. In his dark jacket, Unai Emery so disappointed about the second leg performance of Olympiacos, but I think particularly the first leg display, because he even admitted it himself. They basically lost the tie at home, didn't they? 4-2 defeat in the first leg.
Well, going away in Europe, especially on a hot evening against any side at that level, technically good at keeping the ball. You've got to chase when you're 2-0 down. Very, very difficult. Good ball.
Elliott, diagonal left to right towards Salah, headed away by the covering Luca Dean. You had a very nervy start, but Aston Villa have certainly settled themselves since Tielemans equalised, although he nearly gave it away there under pressure from Gakpo, who is adjudged to have fouled Tielemans by the referee Simon Hooper.
Diaby and Bailey have had a little switch. I don't know whether it's deliberate or whether they've got freedom to rotate that position of right side, and the one up alongside Ollie Watkins. They've both found themselves on the right side and in centre, giving the ball away there, Carlos.
Straight to Endo inside the centre circle. Now Alexis McAllister rolls a pass wide to Salah, who was retreating from the edge of the penalty area towards the near side. Villa thought he was coming back from an offside position. The officials say no. Very quickly we've reached the 19th minute. 1-1 and an electric opening to this game. Gakpo with his back to goal. The Dutchman holds it up and finds McAllister, who steers it square to Gomez. Now Diaz hugging the left wing touchline. Back in field to Gakpo through the legs of McAllister. Might find Gakpo on the return. He can't reach it. Aston Villa clear the ball away. And now Van Dijk is backing off Leon Bailey. Bailey tearing up the right hand side. Reverse ball through to Watkins. Watkins is in! Blocked off by Quansah. Good defending from the Liverpool man. It looked like Watkins would get his shot away.
He got there.
It is a Villa throw.
He got there, Watkins, and he should have hit it earlier. Took a touch and gave Quansah the chance. Great play from Bailey, because he realises he can't run Van Dijk, so he cuts in on his left, plays a little reverse ball to Watkins. Not sure what Watkins was trying there. He didn't actually take a touch. He actually waited before trying to scoop it maybe, but that little pause was actually the time that Quansah got back.
A great scoring record against Liverpool. Ollie Watkins, 5 goals in 7, including a hat-trick in that infamous 7-2 victory a few years ago. Watkins now down by the corner flag, and he's not been able to keep the ball in play. It's a Liverpool throw by their own corner flag on the far side, and the left-back Gomez will take it. So 1-1 on TalkSport with Now. And don't forget, with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action like Aston Villa against Liverpool live right now, contract free with a Now membership. Search Now Sports as Villa, through the tenacious concert, win it back, and there's certainly been a surge of Villa confidence after that equalising goal. Fed forward down the right to Diaby, again Van Dijk retreating into the area, late square to Bailey on the turn, great block by Quansah again. Once more Liverpool left Van Dijk exposed. In fact, the flag has gone up on the far side, so it may not have counted anyway, but that electric pace of the likes of Diaby and Bailey really is causing Liverpool some issues now.
I think the flag might have gone up after. I think it would have counted. It's a good block from Quanzo. The ricochet here comes to Diaby again, and that's when he got given the offside. But I don't know where Joe Gomez had gone. Centre halves are getting they're getting pulled out of position at the moment, causing that little position for Diaby and Bailey where they're swapping, causing Liverpool a little problem. Tucking inside, Gomez doesn't know where to come with him or keep his position.
Aston Villa responding with great energy and great gusto and real threat after a very nervy start to the evening. Mo Salah has given the ball away on the halfway line, but quickly won back by Elliott. There was a foul on Douglas Luiz, and Aston Villa will have a free kick right on the halfway line, just in between the two technical areas.
I think Unai Emery does 10,000 steps in his day in that little box, you know.
Just in 90 minutes alone.
He loves it, doesn't he? Watching him live, it's amazing.
Imagine what his step total's like at the end of the day. And Gakpo from the halfway line, over his shoulder, great ball wide to Salah. Salah infield from the right, he's midway into the Aston Villa half, he sent it crossfield towards the left and Diaz has brought it down in the area. Gomez on the overlap, shoots right-footed, tapped in by Gakpo, flag stays down, and Liverpool are back in front. Cody Gakpo couldn't miss from inside the 6-yard box. Lovely flowing move from Liverpool, teased across the face of goal by Joe Gomez, and Gakpo there to turn it in. His first goal since the 4th of April, and Aston Villa's Champions League hopes are very much on hold again here. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2.
Well, it's a good ball from Salah to Diaz, but if you look at the overlap, 2v1, I think he might be off.
Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez gets in on a 2v1, and he shouldn't be off if he is, but he might well be. We'll see in a second. He looks a tiny bit off to me, but Leon Bailey and Diaby, whoever's going to go inside or whatever they're going to do on the right hand side, they cannot just let Gomez run on his own. If you don't do the job doing your simple tracking, your basic stuff.
Well, you might have heard VAR is checking it. The big screens have been lit up here, Danny.
Check.
And the question is,
he's off,
is there an offside against Joe Gomez?
He looks off to me, but it's tight.
Adrian shaking his head. Diaz with the slide rule pass. Gomez from our little angle on the monitor here does look like he's strayed almost a leg offside. Is there though a Villa man? It might be Diego Carlos playing him on.
There's an armpit on the screen, so who knows?
These are going to be the tightest of lines, aren't they, Danny, in a second? And so do you know there's 25 frames a second? They can pause that one.
Really? 25 frames a second that they can pause when the ball releases the foot.
Well, you've got to make sure you get exactly the right frame.
Well, good luck with that.
And of course, the fans in the stadium don't know what's going on. That they can't see.
Well, that's all right. The people of VAR don't know what's going on, so everyone's in it together.
That's one thing, though. Surely, if we're going to stick with it, Danny, that should change. That the replay, there's no reason why it shouldn't be shown on the big screen.
I don't know if every ground's got the screens now, have they? Some still haven't got them. Well, I don't think Anfield's got one.
There is still a long wait here. Liverpool think they've gone 2-1 in front. It was Gakpo with the tapping, but there's the question of the offside in the build-up.
Look how
Diaz to Gomez. Chris Cavanagh's the video assistant.
The little details, it's not about the little details. It's about just being decisive, concise, have a look, draw the line, make a decision. I mean, look at them.
So are you saying when it's this marginal, it's not really in the spirit?
No, it's just
onside.
They've given it, yeah.
Onside, the goal will stand, and it will be 2-1 to Liverpool. You'll hear the cheer from the Liverpool fans. I think some of them know already. Maybe they're listening to Talk Sport in the away section.
I tell you what, look at that.
Tiniest of margins, but the message I think has reached the Liverpool fans. The goal is going to be given. 2-1 Liverpool lead after all of that.
Well, they're wide open, both teams. I expect more goals. It wasn't an exquisite move from Liverpool. It was good move, but there was an overload. If the wide men of Villa don't track back the fullbacks, they're going to be in a world of trouble.
And so it is proven, in terms of the way that the two Liverpool goals have come about so far.
You can't have 2v1s at this level and get away with it.
And it's 2-1 for Liverpool now. They've come back to lead again. They took the lead through that bizarre Martinez own goal, the equaliser from Tielemans. but now Gakpo has had the easiest of tap-ins to get Liverpool back in front. I think Martinez got half a glove to the ball in from Gomez, but Gakpo with an open net to turn it in. So Aston Villa scoop the ball high and long up towards the halfway line. They have lost 3 in a row, Aston Villa, if you include the Olympiacos ties in the Europa Conference League, both legs of that, and in danger of losing back-to-back Premier League games for the first time in a year. Unai Emery very expressive and demonstrative again on the near side touchline. Now Konsa just shy of halfway. Quickly forward to Diaby, blocked off by Gomez, did well on the halfway line to win it back with great authority for Liverpool. And actually, apart from that little spell in and around the Villa equaliser, Liverpool have been the better team.
Well, they've had more possession because they've got the extra man in midfield. It's a brave way to play against the top teams, this. I know they've done it well at times, Villa, but it looks... I know they've got Decore, who's defensive-minded, missing.
A good ball over the top by McAllister, swinging out to the left-hand side, and Gomez again.
Sorry, Kamara.
5 yards from the corner flag. They do have a lot of injuries, Villa. Gakpo striding forward, and it scooped into the area high by Elliott, headed away by Konsa. He was pulled back as he did so. That's a free kick to Aston Villa beneath these ever-darkening skies. Yes, injuries are a problem. Buendia, Ramsey, Rodgers, all out.
I forgot about Buendia.
Yeah, been out for a while. Tyrone Mings been out for a similar amount of time. And still no Alex Moreno. Zaniolo back on the Aston Villa bench tonight. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2 on TalkSport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Enterprise has 450 branches with all the vehicles your business needs. Long go Aston Villa, towering header away by Van Dijk. He was always going to win that against the much smaller Bailey. Bailey, though, has wriggled away inside the centre circle to get it back from Diaby. Good football from Aston Villa in a congested area. Onto Watkins, angle against him, pulls it back across. It came off Van Dijk, appeals for handball. Van Dijk hoists it high downfield and away from danger.
Good, better from Villa. Those two linking up again.
Working it very impressively in those tight areas, aren't they?
Yeah, they are a danger, Villa. They've got real quality when they get into that final third.
And now Carlos pumps the ball long towards Watkins. Flag stays down into the area. Across came Quansah, and then the flag goes up. Free kick to Liverpool, and they're allowed to just take it quickly. Sensible refereeing.
It was, but Watkins actually kind of knew he was offside, so didn't really go at it properly. We've just seen on the last one, just bring it down and get your shot off and wait. Yep. You never know. You don't want to be taking the touch and being I thought that was strange from Watkins, unless he knew he was that far off, but he didn't look that far.
Well, you're never going to know if it's a margin like the one we saw for Liverpool just a few moments ago.
But it's like he took a lazy touch with it and didn't really want to get the shot because he was waiting for the flag, and actually, just do it. Play to that whistle, because you just don't know.
Liverpool fans have started up that Jurgen Klopp chant again. I'm so glad that Jurgen is a red, they chant. Wolves at home on Sunday at Anfield. Here is Luca Digne for Aston Villa, left back position, casual pass back to Pau Torres at the heart of the defence, and now Martinez, the goalkeeper, to Diego Carlos. Ooh. Heavy touch on the edge of his own penalty area, and then he followed through with the challenge on Diaz. It was a challenge that saw Diego Carlos, I think, win the ball. It spun off Diaz, who then ended up falling to the ground. He's quickly, actually, the Colombian, back on his feet, and Aston Villa can start to try and build an attack maybe here. High ball forward by Tielemans. It was very ambitious, trying to arc it from the right back position almost towards the halfway line of the near side of the field. So Liverpool have won it back relatively easily, and here's Van Dijk midway inside his own half. Quansah turns away neatly in field, away from Watkins. Had a couple of very important interventions in the game so far. The young man, Jarell Quansah, who's made his senior debut this season, has been a regular in the Liverpool team. Now Gakpo driving forward into the Villa half. He's the man whose goal separates the two teams. And he's rolled a 20-yard ball out to the near side, the right. Alexander-Arnold is content to slow the pace down. He'll just chip it back to the halfway line, and Van Dijk again. Van Dijk quickly to Endo with the red boots on. The Japanese players steered it wide to the left, and Gomez. More good football from Liverpool. Gomez's cross is deflected off Quansah. It'll ricochet down for Bailey. Too much space for Gomez again in that advanced position.
Well, yeah, and it's dictated to by Endo, because he keeps stepping between whichever the two, whether it's Bailey and Watkins playing centrally together. I think one of them has to just drop a little bit onto Endo and let one of the centre-halves have the ball rather than standing flat. And when you stand flat, of course, it's easy to play through the pair of you. Interesting to see on our monitors, you've got Gareth Southgate talking to Kieran McKenna, probably discussing what I was just saying about the extra man in midfield and the two centre-forwards being flat.
And Gareth Southgate here, and no doubt to see the likes of Watkins and Alexander-Arnold tonight, both on the field of play. Watkins has not really had too many opportunities so far. What a job, incredible job Kieran McKenna's done to lead Ipswich. 2 consecutive promotions, and they'll be playing in the Premier League for the first time since the early noughties.
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I remember him as a young lad. He was there at Tottenham when I was there. I never thought he was, I know he was trying to be a player, but he's gone on to be a wonderful coach.
Big future. Dinked upfield by Tielemans from the centre circle, header away by Van Dijk in front of Diaby. Liverpool win it back and they lead by 2-1. The latest odds are with Ladbrokes, and right now you can get Aston Villa to win at 8-1, Liverpool to win at 10-3 on, as Van Dijk goes back to Addison under pressure from Watkins. Not a good clearance, it's evaded Alexander-Arnold. Now McGinn in the left wing position. Again jinks beyond 2 Liverpool players. He's into the area, the angle's tight, he shoots. Quansah makes the block. He just got in between both Elliott and Alexander-Arnold there, John McGinn. Sada trying to track back and help. The ball eventually out of play. McGinn thought he was fouled, or at least the Aston Villa fans in front of us did. It's definitely a Liverpool throw. You can back the draw, by the way, at 9-2. Those odds all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18+, begambleaware.org. And here is the former Liverpool midfielder, Danny Murphy.
He's got to do better there, Trent. He didn't get between them again. He ran by him like he wasn't there. He's got to do better than that. Wasn't a bit of skill, it was just a simple knock and push past him. It was too easy.
And that has really got the Aston Villa fans going now. John McGinn's name being chanted by all 4 sides of Villa Park. Liverpool fans are on one side of the ground, but in part of the Doug Ellis stand on the opposite side to where we are. And here is Luca Digne for Aston Villa, now back into his own half to find Pau Torres from the free kick. 33 minutes have been played. Tielemans almost standing on the centre spot. Little ball out to the left-hand side on the angle to McGinn. Further wide on the near side, the left is Luca Digne. Back to McGinn again. Now to Pau Torres, just inside the Liverpool half. Villa playing the game slightly in patches in this first half. Unai Emery continues to gesticulate and offer encouragement and advice on the near side. Bailey darts beyond Alexis McAllister and then pulls up. There was a little nip of the tackle from McAllister, and as he caught Bailey where it really hurts on the back of his ankle there.
Oh, come on.
Well, he's rolled off the pitch, Danny.
I know he has. Don't start me off. He's caught in the end of his toe a little bit. He's run 4 yards before he rolls over on the side of the pitch. Why?
He's okay now.
I don't know why players do it. It's just, you could have your kids watching. Don't embarrass yourself. Drives me insane.
He's not strapping on his left knee at the moment, Bailey, as he limps away towards the edge of the area.
He probably grazed it this morning, poor lad.
Free kick to Villa, right wing position. They're 2-1 down. McGinn stands over the ball, he's in front of the Liverpool fans. Villa playing from right to left in the first half. McGinn in swinging left-footed, good header away, that by McAllister at the near post, high up into the air, not too far away from the edge of the penalty area. Nodded further clear by Gomez, but it's dropped down and tucked forward by Quansah. Bailey tight angle, oh my goodness me! Diego Carlos, how has he missed that? He's on the goal line. That is one of the most remarkable misses I think I've ever seen in the Premier League. He had to score, but he didn't. How, Danny Murphy?
I don't know. Bad defending from the set play. Villa do well keeping it back in play, down the right-hand side. Bailey gets in, he squares it for an open goal for Carlos. Watkins is waiting behind him. I mean,
it's almost impossible to miss.
He can't move his left foot in time. It's his weak foot. He can't get it off the ground in time. It's a really poor finish. They're nearly fighting each other to put that in, Carlos and Watkins.
He's a yard out. Nobody anywhere near him. glancing blow, not enough to turn it in. It should be 2-2 by any measure. And now Aston Villa win a free kick just shy of the halfway line.
You start getting a feeling in games. You start getting a feeling around this time in games when things don't go your way, and they're not gonna, no matter what happens.
So is that a panic?
No, it's just a sixth sense. When you watch football, when you play football, we all think we got it. I sometimes start watching the game and think, can see what's happening here. You know, Liverpool have had a couple of things go their way. The goalkeeper mistake, the offside is given, sometimes it isn't. Villa miss a goal from less than a yard. You just start wondering, maybe it's not their night.
And somehow Liverpool are still 2-1 in front. Headed on the halfway line, exchanges passes with Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool, who...
Well, both teams have played some good stuff. You know, there's going to be chances. Liverpool have done well. But Villa have made chances themselves. They'll be fuming they're not there. That's a really bizarre one. He must have thought, oh, that's a lovely play.
McAllister to find Diaz, midway inside the Aston Villa half. He pivots, turns, and then darts in field. Square ball to Elliott, and a flurry of claret and blue shirts between Elliott and the edge of the penalty area, but he still picks the pass to McAllister. Back to Alexander-Arnold in that central inverted role. Now wide on the near side is Gakpo. Turned infield by McAllister. Left by McAllister to shoot. Right-footed, it's deflected away.
That was a brilliant move.
Now Elliott plays the ball forward and steered upfield by Pau Torres on the volley. Liverpool worked it brilliantly, but Aston Villa managed to survive. Just got enough behind that McAllister shot to deflect it away, did Pau Torres. And now there's another foul on the halfway line and another Aston Villa free kick. Jurgen Klopp looks to the floor, arms folded, and there'll be a yellow card out of the pocket of the referee now for Harvey Elliott for kicking the ball away.
Stupid. Don't need to kick it away. It's given. It's done. Good move that was from Liverpool. Nice, incisive, clever play, intricate play, round the corner, runners, little overs. Good to watch, nice and sharp.
Liverpool was certainly sharp, and probably until really maybe the last 20 minutes, certainly going forward against Tottenham at Anfield last time out. 4-0 up at one stage, winning it 4-2.
Well played.
Good turn by McGinn away from Endo. Jurgen Klopp furious, I think, with his midfield player. McAllister caught McGinn on the follow-through, but Aston Villa have still got possession, at least for now. Referee's played the advantage, and the ball is with Tielemans. 30 yards out, dead centre. Quickly onto Diaby, corner of the area. Wide now to Konsa. Konsa back to the edge of the box, and Tielemans, lovely ball to Diaby. His ball across is deflected away by Van Dijk at the near post, and now McGinn is back on his feet. The boos from the Aston Villa fans, they feel they should have had a free kick for the foul on McGinn, but it was, as you say, Danny Murphy, an excellent advantage, and Villa might have scored from it had it gone differently.
Tielemans is their best player at the moment. He's the one making the passes that are making a difference.
6 minutes of the first half to go. 2-1 down Aston Villa. Watkins corner of the penalty area. Listening to Talk Sport. Manchester City take the title fight to Tottenham tomorrow night. A win will take them above Arsenal ahead of the final day, which will bring you live on Talk Sport and Talk Sport 2, as you'd expect. We're the place to be as the Premier League season comes to its conclusion. Here is Pau Torres just inside the Liverpool half. A square ball to Tielemans. Liverpool in the change kit tonight, the quartered green and white shirts, and everybody's behind the ball for Liverpool now. A Wednesday night, Brighton against Chelsea and Manchester United against Newcastle. Here is Luca Digne. Dead ball line, tries to juggle it over Alexander-Arnold and wins Aston Villa a corner at the North Stand end.
Just on that last move from Villa, I thought it was a brilliant little bit of patient defending from Van Dijk. He could have dived in, he waited and he just blocks the little cutback. It's beautiful defending, so calm at times.
Simon Hooper with a very stern word for John McGinn, who no doubt is still complaining about the foul on him earlier, caught by Alexis McAllister.
Played the advantage though, it was good advantage.
A corner to be taken by Douglas Luiz. It's going to be a right-footed short ball to Diaby. Diaby back to the corner of the area. Luca Digne hangs one up high. Ezri Konsa's climbing. He's nodded it down. Headed up into the air by Endo. Not very far. Pau Torres on the edge of the penalty area. Tries to keep the attack going. Now Douglas Luiz pokes it high towards Watkins. Headed away by Quansah. Very congested 18-yard box. And brilliant. Then Douglas Luiz over the back of McAllister. That's a Liverpool free kick.
Intelligent. McAllister felt him, rode the tackle, just kept him behind, waited for the too much contact. Clever play. protecting that ball in defensive areas.
Liverpool, who've got such a good record against Aston Villa at Villa Park, are in front here again. Won 8 of their last 9 visits in the Premier League here, Liverpool. And of course, Aston Villa will not be guaranteed a top 4 finish just yet, as it stands. They need a win to confirm their place in the Champions League next season. They've not been out of the top 5 since late September, Aston Villa, and they were back in the top 4 in mid-April. They stayed there ever since. It would still take a lot for Tottenham to overtake them in the last 2 games. Alexander-Arnold in a central midfield position, quickly sets up Gomez. He's taken it in his stride and he feeds Diaz on the corner of the area. Diaz darts in field under pressure from Tielemans, lays it off to Alexander-Arnold, who's belted it wide. He can hit them from there, as we know.
Just look from the angle here, look closer. The problem they've got, Villa, is that when Liverpool do commit men forward and make the right pass, they've got overloads all over the place. Because Bailey's left Gomez again there.
Dipping right-footed effort from Alexander-Arnold. In the end, it was a fair few yards wide. Lovely control by McGinn, elegantly plucking it out of the air on the halfway line, right in front of Unai Emery, and Aston Villa have won it back again. McGinn now through to Diaby. He's taken it down well, but the finish is poor. High over the top, left-footed, and into the lower tier of the North Stand. A warning for Liverpool, and Van Dijk is screaming, I think, at Alexander-Arnold after that, but Diaby should do better.
Van Dijk's fuming at Alexander-Arnold because it's sloppy. And he's telling him again now, come on, pick yourself up. That is sloppy play. The Arby's in. Got to do better. Do you know there's a big difference with the best teams in the world and the best players in the world and the ones just below? The Arby's a terrific player, but they don't miss those chances.
Aston Villa are trying to seize upon the momentum that they appear to have in the game now, but they can't convert the opportunities that they've had. There are 2 minutes of the first half remaining. Normal time anyway. We'll have some added time, of course. And Liverpool lead by 2-1. There are 1 or 2 gaps opening up in the stands as the Aston Villa supporters head for the concourse areas ahead of half-time.
Another great run, though. Pace causing the back line for Liverpool so many problems. I don't know why he's tried to hit it so hard. I mean, it's on a nice slick pitch. He's really wrapped his foot around that and leant back a little bit. Just calmly slot it.
Moussa Diaby's got a good recent record in games at Villa Park of late. Here he is tearing forward again. He's 30 yards from goal dead centre. Pops it back to McGinn. He's able to control under pressure from Diaz. Back to Douglas Luiz. Diaz tearing after him, but Douglas Luiz has held onto it. He's gone down and he's drawn the foul. And the referee is signalling here for an Aston Villa free kick. I thought for a second there, Danny, he might get the yellow card out, but I don't think he will.
No, it was a foul. It's a good spell for Villa. McGinn's getting into the game more, using his influence. Diaby's paces and Watkins' pace is a real problem. It's the timing of the runs, it's the quality of the pass through. They'll get more chances.
It does feel unlikely that we've seen the last of the goals, doesn't it?
Oh, I mean, Villa have got to go for it. Liverpool are free to play, go and attack. I think it's highly unlikely. I'm not going to make another bold statement, no. Don't want to tempt me.
Free kick to Villa. And just a shade left of centre, midway into the Liverpool half. Douglas Luiz rolls the ball left. Bailey left inexplicably unmarked, and he's jinked beyond Gomez. The angle very tight. It's against him. He's on the edge of the area. Lays it square towards Tielemans, who can't reach it. Liverpool on the break. Great ball, Alexander-Arnold. Luis Diaz over the halfway line. 2 against 2. No. Salah up with him. Square towards Salah. Salah controls. Angle very tight. Into the area. Deflected, looping, cross-come shot. Headed away, and the flag is up on the near side anyway. And Liverpool failed to make the most of that counter-attack, and Diaz looks up to the skies in frustration. 5 minutes added on.
He played the wrong type of pass. The pass was on to Salah, but he's got to use his weaker foot to curl it into Salah's path. He's tried to do it with the outside of his right foot. Yeah, he just overhit it a little bit. It's the right idea, to be fair to him. I think you've got to have a bit more confidence and feed it in with your weaker foot. It's an easier pass. The outside of the right foot was on, but it's a higher tariff pass. You've got to get that spot on. Spun off the ground away from Salah. It was a wide open opportunity for Liverpool, though. I'm surprised the Villa being so wide open there.
So quick on the transition, Liverpool. And actually set up by a good ball up the left-hand touchline from Alexander-Arnold. We're a minute into the 5 added at Villa Park in the first half on Talk Sport. Forward by McGinn, high up the middle. Diaby controls brilliantly. Little back heel with his back to goal. Not sure what he was thinking there. Joe Gomez in the way and is able to clear. And actually, a lot of the time we've talked about Liverpool being profligate in the second half of the season. Aston Villa have spurned numerous opportunities themselves.
They should be level, their performance in the last 15 minutes. He's tried to play a back heel to Bailey. It's, again, high tariff, wrong choice. Another great run from him, though. He's getting in some fantastic positions.
And Liverpool streaming forward now. Alexander-Arnold's early ball into the area, gathered by Martinez. High above his head, racing out of his goal to claim in front of the Holt end. Now then, McGinn just squatting down there momentarily. Not sure if there's a problem. Either way, Aston Villa might still be on the attack. It's Douglas Luiz, ball with the outside of his foot, out of play, and McGinn goes down. And there may be an issue here for John McGinn.
I think he's saying an elbow, or his elbow. Not sure.
Here come the two Aston Villa physios to come across and treat John McGinn, the captain.
I think he's had an elbow in the ribs.
We might get another clue in just a moment with these little monitors that we've got in the commentary position, but it's been a classic Aston Villa, classic Liverpool this season, really, trading goals, and Liverpool leading by 2-1, but still a heck of a lot of jeopardy in this game.
Indeed, I think Villa will be disappointed. They've gotten some wonderful positions.
McGinn back on his feet now. Not sure if it's still potentially a layoff from the clattering challenge from McAllister at that moment where the referee played a good advantage.
It's in the ribs. He said he's feeling the ribs, and then he had another collision there with Gakpo, so maybe that's triggered it, but he's a tough lad.
Yeah, you'd expect John McGinn to...
Look, he's saying elbow. John McGinn saying to the fourth official, elbow.
Jurgen Klopp standing just behind him, arms behind his back. Quite relaxed, Jurgen Klopp, so far tonight. Watching the game on his feet. And John McGinn will be back on in just a moment, but for now, Aston Villa temporarily down.
You'd be relaxed with 40 million in the bank.
If only. And but dream. Here is Quansah in the centre circle as McGinn comes back onto the field. So Villa back to their full complement. 2.5 minutes of added time to go, and that's taken a bit of the sting out of it now. Liverpool with Addison pumping the ball high and long, and that's much too long for Salah, and all the way through to Martinez. And now Pau Torres brings the ball out of defence. Away to our right hand side. Not played in the European Cup since 1982-83 when they were the holders, Aston Villa. And looking to secure a first top finish since the mid-90s under Brian Little. Here is Digne. Not job done yet, but even if they were to lose tonight, they'd be 4 clear of Spurs. Those Spurs have that game in hand against, of all teams, Manchester City, who go back top with a win tomorrow. We'll bring you commentary live and exclusive from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Talk Sport. Here is Martinez. Walking pace now, very one-footed here for Aston Villa. Pau Torres midway inside his own half the field. And maybe the first half is petering out, about 90 seconds of it to go. High ball up the middle towards Diaby, headed away by Quansah, who's got to reach the second ball in front of Watkins. Does it expertly, Quansah.
Did really well. Do you know what I loved about that? He tracked the runner and dealt with it. He didn't try and play him offside, tracked the runner.
Athleticism and pace, and now Liverpool break at the other end. Elliott with the outside of his foot to Gakpo, edge of the D. Gakpo dinks it square towards Salah, headed away by Luca Digne, who beat the Egyptian to it, but it's won back by Gakpo against John McGinn. Now he lays it square to McAllister, 25 yards out, dead centre. Further left is Elliott. Elliott trying to dart back in field onto his right foot. This time he's tackled by Leon Bailey. Bailey, couple of step overs, always very quick and dynamic, Leon Bailey, and he's carried the ball forward towards the halfway line. And now Aston Villa with McGinn, angled pass. He doesn't look 100% here, McGinn, at the moment. He's giving it away. Endo over the halfway line. Down the middle to Salah. Salah's putting it on to Gakpo. There's danger here. Edge of the D. High over the top from Gakpo. Alexander-Arnold on the stretch, and Salah misses from 6 yards out, but the offside flag is up and spares him a bit of embarrassment. Stays 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, it was a good move. He's way off Trent Alexander-Arnold.
And that's the half-time whistle. A little early, actually, possibly after the stoppage that we had for the injury to John McGinn, but 2-1 Liverpool lead at half-time in what has been an intriguing game, and we shouldn't really have expected anything less. And two of the best attacking sides in the Premier League, and Aston Villa, as it stands, would miss the chance to confirm Champions League football. It's been a bizarre game in some ways. I say that because of the nature of the own goal from Emi Martinez, 2 minutes in to give Liverpool the advantage. Yuri Tielemans equalised with a fine right-footed drive after an Ollie Watkins pullback from the edge of the penalty area. Cody Gakpo then, after a long VAR check, adjudged to have been onside, and so Liverpool were back in front. Then Diego Carlos proceeded to miss an open goal from a yard out. Aston Villa will feel they really should be level, but Liverpool determined to give Jurgen Klopp a good send-off, and in his penultimate game in charge of Liverpool, it is they who lead 2-1 at half-time. And no changes at half-time for either team, with Villa playing towards the Holt end. Claret and blue with white shorts, left to right Aston Villa, and Liverpool in their change kit leading 2-1 of green and white quartered shirts, black shorts and white socks. Liverpool playing from right to left towards the north stand at Villa Park, and they've won it back with Gakpo, pokes it through towards Salah straight away. Salah held up by Luca Digne, and it's through to Martinez, the Villa goalkeeper. Konsa, Diego Carlos, Pau Torres and Luca Digne, the back four. Tielemans and Luiz in the central midfield roles, with Bailey, McGinn and Diaby all in support of Watkins. And Liverpool have Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Quansah, Van Dijk and Gomez in defence, McAllister, Endo and Elliott in midfield, Salah, Gakpo and Diaz up front. I'll give you the subs when the opportunity presents itself, as Bailey receives the ball left on the edge of the penalty area in front of Van Dijk, and he tussles away from it. Great strength by Bailey, and the ball has stuck to his feet like glue there as he popped it back to Douglas Luiz. And now the cross into the area from McGinn. That's a poor delivery gathered by Alisson, but Bailey's tricky feet have been a constant problem for Liverpool.
Danny, been good. He's had a good season. He's been good tonight as well. Full of confidence, always a threat.
And all that said, Liverpool do look a threat themselves.
They do.
On the attack. And Gomez with the reverse ball into the penalty area eludes Alexis McAllister. Luis Diaz hadn't made the run either, and it's easy for Martinez to gather that all in black. Aston Villa must win to guarantee Champions League football tonight, but even if they lose, they'll still be 4 points ahead of Tottenham, though Spurs would have a game in hand before the final day. That said, it's against Manchester City tomorrow night live on Talk Sport. Here goes Luis Diaz onto Cody Gakpo, back to goal. Great control, Gakpo there, stretching to bring it down, and then he draws the foul from Diego Carlos as the light sort of spitting rain returns to Villa Park here, and the skies are much darker overhead.
Sorry, Joe. Ollie Watkins is having a go at Konsa. That's 2 times in the last 2 minutes. He's had the ball out of his feet. One, he's gone backwards to his centre half again, and the other one, he's played a 10-yard ball, a difficult one, into Bailey's feet, and Watkins has made a run. And all he's got to do is hit behind the fullback's head, down that channel. Go on then, get after that. He's a willing runner. He's told him twice, put it in there. Next time I'll be amazed if he doesn't.
A free kick Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold will leave it for Elliott, left-footed high into the area towards the back post. Header into the net, in off the post, and it's Jarell Quansah.
Great header.
A landmark goal, his first ever in the Premier League, and Jarell Quansah rising highest to give Liverpool a commanding 3-1 lead at Villa Park. And for Jurgen Klopp, as the clock ticks on his time in charge at Liverpool, it looks like being the week where he gets a really fitting send-off. Quansah the scorer, Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3.
Well, he's way above Luca Digne. There's an overload at the back post. Pau Torres just drops deeper than the others that plays them onside. Great leap from Quansah. Funnily enough, the old set play coach ain't stood on his feet. He normally is when they've scored.
Jurgen Klopp with a big smile and a double fist pump as well.
I'm on about the Villa one, I mean. The Villa set piece coach nearly he's always stood there when they've scored from one. Can't see him when they've conceded from one.
Well, they're 3-1 down now, and that's a major blow, of course, to Aston Villa.
Good time.
They'd have to score 3 times now against Liverpool to secure their place in the Champions League tonight. 3-1 down, 4 minutes into the second half, live on Talk Sport. And Liverpool now with Alexander-Arnold and Endo from the right back position. He was caught very late there, Endo, by Luca Digne flying in. Clear free kick to Liverpool. And it was interesting, Danny, I was just talking to a couple of Villa fans in and around the press box at half-time, and there was just a bit of a sense that they're running out of steam right at the end of the season. You can maybe understand that with their European adventures that they've had as well, and you'd think they probably do have enough to finish fourth anyway, but some of the defending in recent weeks that Aston Villa have put together really has been poor.
Yeah, I don't think tonight's a case of running out of steam. I mean, there's been a horrendous goalkeeping error. Got done on a set play. That's just concentration. It's concentration and technical ability. That's not about... They've made chances. They've had good energy with and without the ball. Give it, yeah.
Van Dijk with the foul on Diaby, and a free kick to Aston Villa about 10 yards into the Liverpool half. Infield from the right as we look at it, the near side. Villa playing towards the giant Holt End behind the goal. There are huge banners in between the two tiers. Holt End, the 12th man. Aston Villa FC, the obsession. And Douglas Luiz stands over the free kick. The way the game is gone, who knows, maybe Aston Villa can find a route back into it, but Liverpool now with a 2-goal cushion. Douglas Luiz stands over the free kick. He'll pump it long into the penalty area, surely. In fact, he doesn't. He goes square to the feet of McGinn, lip of the centre circle. Wide to the left, and Luca Digne goes crossfield, left to right. It's going to elude Leon Bailey here, just zipped off the slippery surface and behind for a Liverpool goal kick.
It's too complicated. You've got 3 passes. You've gone from Douglas Luiz to central to left to try and play a diagonal the other way when he's a better distributor of the ball anyway. It's too intricate. It's too much.
And Liverpool go direct high towards Salah, who was being held back surely there by Pau Torres. Arms all over Mo Salah. No free kick given by the referee Simon Hooper. And Aston Villa in the centre circle. Douglas Luiz can pick a pass. Leon Bailey, the flag stays down. He's into the box. The angle's against him. Jinks back onto his left foot. Lays it square. Turned in. Watkins. And the flag does stay down. Yeah, and Liverpool caught defensively there. Ollie Watkins has got that 20th goal of his Premier League season. The first Aston Villa player since Peter With in 1980-81 to score 20 goals or more in a top-flight league season. And Aston Villa are back in it. It's Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 3.
I think he might be off. Leon Bailey. He should have left it for Diaby. He does well. He's nice and composed when he gets in there. That is really tight. It's Trent and Leon Bailey. I think he's a fraction off, but I got the last one wrong, so who knows.
VAR checking it. Van Dijk and Allison having words with Simon Hooper, the referee, and it's a question of was it offside?
No, I think he's off.
And Bailey, who reached it, and Diaby was in a better position, wasn't he?
Well, no, he just needs to delay his run. Diaby is running onto the same ball, so he could have left it, and he should have communicated with him to leave it.
And I think there's a bit of chatter going on between Bailey and Watkins here, as Bailey's the man who may be about to be adjudged to have been in an offside position. It might be.
He's off. To be honest with you, Douglas Luiz played it too late. Watkins made a great run a second before.
He's offside, and it won't count.
No, it won't count.
So Bailey didn't time his one well enough, and the Liverpool fans, again, the news has reached them early here, just as it's reached us on Talk Sport. We've seen the line drawn. No, it hasn't reached the players.
Liverpool fans know, we know, and the players don't. And now they do.
Van Dijk's got the word, hasn't he? Yep. Simon Hooper signals free kick to Liverpool, and so they still lead by 3-1, and the Liverpool fans are singing in the rain on the far side of the field. They're dancing arms up and down. They keep their 2-goal cushion, and Watkins will have to wait.
I don't know why Bailey hasn't left that for Diaby. That's unbelievable. It's a real lack of understanding. He's coming behind him. It's so easy for him to just make sure.
Well, he's raging, Bailey, in the direction of Watkins, it looked like. No idea what was going on there. Alisson's giving it away. Straight to Diaby. He's through. Lays it square. Little back heel by Watkins, and he hasn't scored. It's been blocked off by Alexander-Arnold. It was going wide anyway. Aston Villa wasteful again. And now they've won a free kick. No, they've conceded a free kick just shy of the halfway line. Well, they really should have made something of that. Allison with a dreadful clearance. Diaby maybe could take it on himself. He's unselfish, he's laid it square. What's Watkins thinking with his back to goal?
Yeah, he's trying to backheel it into it. I don't know. I mean, it's good from Watkins in the first place. It's his closing down that wins the ball back.
Well, that might at least give the home fans some encouragement. It certainly has done. Numerous chances missed by Aston Villa tonight. And actually Liverpool have been largely deadly when they've had opportunities. Now the referee's stopped the game once more. An offside flag is up. Free kick to Aston Villa. 10 minutes into the second half. Really livening up now on Talk Sports. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. Tottenham against Manchester City tomorrow night, remember. Live and exclusive with us. The build-up starts from Talk Sport Breakfast at 6 a.m. with Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist. A day of build-up before the big game, which could be so crucial in the race for the title. Then Wednesday night, Brighton against Chelsea on Talk Sport 2. Manchester United against Newcastle on Talk Sport. You best download the Talk Sport app so you can stay across all of the action, including the final day of the Premier League this Sunday. Van Dijk has thumped the ball out of play into this main stand, the giant Trinity Road side. 3 tiers of seats, and it's an Aston Villa throw midway inside the Liverpool half. They've responded well, actually, Villa, to Liverpool's third goal.
I said to you before, 6 cents. Don't matter what happens.
Just not going to go your way? Will they really think that on the field?
No, I'm saying I get one. I get these. Yeah, you do. I used to get it on the field. You used to even say it to teammates. I'd say sometimes, or someone would say it to me. You know what's happening, don't you? And you go, yeah.
And that wouldn't affect, presumably.
No, you carry on. No. You just have a feeling. It may sound silly to somebody, but you get a feeling. So your fans get it, I'm sure.
Well, a lot feels like for the Aston Villa supporters. And it's gone against them tonight. The own goal from Martinez. And they thought they were back in it, but the flag, the VAR check rightly saw the goal ruled out for offside.
Well, Diaby should have been screaming, and Bailey should have been clever enough to leave it for him. He's actually got more momentum running onto the ball than Bailey.
But it wasn't to be. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Right side on the halfway line. Now Endo teases it forward to McAllister, who's played it through the legs of Tielemans. Gakpo has held it up well with his back to goal, and now the loose ball has dropped to Endo, who's flicked it to the edge of the penalty area. Ezri Konsa with a little touch back to the goalkeeper. No back pass, says Simon Hooper. Jurgen Klopp, hands to his face. He can't believe it. This is Bailey in field from the right hand side. Was that a back pass from Konsa to Martinez? It looked like it. Jurgen Klopp in conversation with the fourth official. He has criticised Simon Hooper this season. You might remember, well, it's a long time ago now, it feels like Simon Hooper was in charge of the controversial defeat at Tottenham Hotspur earlier in the season.
Controversial?
There was a massive VAR error, that's for sure.
Ridiculous.
A disallowed goal from Diaz and 2 Liverpool red cards as well that night.
Bizarre, wasn't it? There's Tom in the crowd.
Tom Hanks, Aston Villa fan. Here goes Joe Gomez, surging up the Liverpool left, near side of the field. He's done well to keep it in play. Liverpool lead by 3 goals to 1. As we head towards the hour mark, here is Endo, midway inside Aston Villa territory. Shuffles it to the left, and Gomez, and the pace in the attack has just stopped there, Dan.
Well, I always think any midfielder, once you're in between the lines and you're at the back 4, go and take the risk. Don't have to keep the ball there. Keeping it for what? Protect the 3-1 lead. Just go for it. Have some belief in yourself.
Elliott, midway inside the Villa half. Little 1-2 with Alexander-Arnold, and then back over the halfway line to Quansah, and Liverpool have re-established their control over the pace of play. Gomez infield to Endo, edge of the centre circle. He's wriggled away brilliantly there from the
he did really well.
Challenge of Douglas Luiz, and then Bailey. He's played a great ball. McAllister through to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is clear. He's laid it square, and Elliott, I think, got the touch to tap it in, but again the flag is up on the far side of the field, and Liverpool are denied a fourth.
I don't think Diaz is off, and I don't think Elliott's off.
Well, that'll be checked by VAR.
Oh, he is, sorry. Oh, no, look, top.
Diaz very close. Was he being played onside possibly by Konsa, and then square right across the edge of the 6-yard line. and Elliott and Salah were racing in. Elliott, I think, got the final touch. They're checking it, Danny. Oh, Diaz looks like on our little monitor here. Is he onside? Just behind Ezri Konsa, maybe the left boot of Konsa.
I think he's on.
And if he's onside, it'll surely be game over.
That is super tight, that one. Can't call it. This should only take them about 5 minutes, this one.
Well, this is another VAR check. We've had 3 of them in the match.
Put the kettle on.
Half for Liverpool.
Get the kettle on. Get the rich teas out. Might be a while.
And producer Jack sport lots of sausage rolls. And the goal, as the referee signals a free kick. So no goal. Diaz was adjudged to have been just offside.
We didn't see the lines on that one, did we?
No, we didn't.
Why
Very
not?
marginal. Here is John McGinn at the other end now, crossing left wing. It's been brought down by Bailey. Right hand edge of the penalty area. McGinn was caught on the follow through by Ender. So 3-1 Liverpool lead. They don't get the 4th goal. Diaz offside in the build-up, so no goal for Elliott. Here is Konsa, infield from the right to Diaby. Tries to dribble infield away from McAllister, who concedes the corner. Interesting that we didn't see the lines there, Danny Murphy.
Well, I don't know. Don't ask me.
And now Aston Villa upset with the referee because they feel that there was a foul on John McGinn in the move that has led to a corner. They feel that McGinn was caught very late by Ender. And I don't think Endo's had any further punishments. Corner to Villa at the Holt end. Just over an hour played. Quite a chaotic feel to this game at times. And it's going to be Digne to take it, and this will be a left-footed in-swinging delivery. Digne, the Frenchman, formerly of Everton, takes the corner against Liverpool into the near post, thumping header away by Ender. Excellent height and distance on that. It's dropped down to Tielemans, who miscontrolled it initially, squeezed off the boot of Elliott, and now the ball is on the halfway line with Diaby. Rolls it back to Martinez, who's under pressure from Diaz, sends the ball high up into the dark night sky. Rain is dissipating a little bit. Liverpool have the ball back.
I'll tell you something, and I've seen it from afar and live, and every time he never lets me down. It doesn't matter whether he plays badly, whether he scores, whether he's brilliant. Any young player, just watch Luis Diaz and watch his work ethic.
There he goes, couple of step overs on the near side, left hand edge of the penalty area, one-on-one with Konsa, who's backing off into the box. Luis Diaz has skipped beyond him, he's pulled it back into the area, couldn't find Cody Gakpo, just crowded out by the claret and blue shirts. Konsa a little lucky to get away with that. He feeds Bailey in the right back position. Aston Villa trying to break from very deep, and Diaby's back on the edge of his own box. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3 on TalkSport with Now. Don't forget, with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action like Villa against Liverpool live right now, contract free with a Now membership. Search Now Sports. The sports bar will follow us.
Do you know, I think we didn't see the lines because they probably thought, we can't get another one wrong. We can't do another 4 minutes on this one. Just stick with the decision of the linesman.
Liverpool breaking again, and they continue to look very threatening here. Diaz marauding up the left-hand side. He's got the ball down by the dead ball line, and again Konsa's backing off. Teed up for McAllister, edge of the area to drive one goalwards, and that's blocked by the back of Yuri Tielemans. Now Diaby held up by Gomez, a faint touch, but a foul nonetheless. Liverpool themselves could well have scored more tonight, maybe with just a little bit of extra refinement in the attacking play.
Both teams have been pretty open, high lines, good runners in behind.
McGinn turns away all too easily from Alexander-Arnold on the halfway line. Digne midway inside the Liverpool half, dinks it forward to Watkins, corner of the area. Van Dijk thunders the ball out of play into the Duggettis stand, and that'll be a Villa throw. Nicolo Zaniolo is back ready to come on. Injury disrupted of late, Zaniolo, the Italian. On loan from Galatasaray, and he packs a physical punch as well.
Yeah, he's decent. He's a goal threat, he tries to make things happen.
And so Zaniolo stripped and ready to come on, just getting some final instructions. Unai Emery watches on with his hands in his pockets here, standing on the edge of the technical area. The ball is with Digne, about 10 yards from the corner flag, far side the left. He gets a return ball from McGinn, tries to squeeze it infield, but he can't find a teammate. Endo in the way for Liverpool. Salah retreating to the midway point of his own half. Salah has held on to it initially very well. That was the tackle from behind by Digne. It was a Liverpool free kick, despite the protests of the Aston Villa fans. And here's the change then, Danny. It's Zaniolo for Tielemans.
Yeah, I thought he did all right. Bring him again into the middle.
Well, only one substitute appearance for Aston Villa since being taken off against Lille in the Conference League in mid-April. A hamstring problem has been the issue for Zaniolo. And now Mo Salah's name being chanted by the Liverpool fans. He's yet to get in on the act. Yet tonight. 3-1 Liverpool lead. Free kick pumped long down the middle by Alexander-Arnold. Diego Carlos cushions the back header into the gloves of Martinez. 20 minutes into the second half. A quick throw out from the goalkeeper, overarm to Luca Digne. Rolls the ball up the inside left channel. It's dropped down from Zaniolo. Zaniolo wide to Diaby. Diaby is level with the edge of the 18-yard box. He darts in field. Back to Douglas Luiz. Now McGinn, middle of the Liverpool half. Liverpool diligently. Everybody back behind the ball. Now Diego Carlos. He's chipped it high towards the left wing position. Good covering header by Alexander-Arnold, and that is a Aston Villa throw. 10 yards from the corner flag. It feels improbable really here that Villa would score the 3 they need to confirm Champions League qualification. They'd have to win tonight, remember, so they'll have to wait until the final day, it looks like, to make absolutely sure, or indeed until tomorrow night, because if Tottenham were to lose to Manchester City and City would go top of the Premier League live on Talk Sport, then that would be enough for Aston Villa to guarantee finishing 4th. And actually the home fans are making a tremendous noise all of a sudden.
Who Villa got last day?
Crystal Palace away.
Oh, of course they have, yeah. That's a tough game, by the way.
Well, that was the thinking, wasn't it? That if Villa lose, Tottenham got something out of Manchester City, and then Spurs away at Sheffield United, Danny, final day. I know you fancy Manchester City to win it though tomorrow.
Well, you know what, this wonderful game, we love it for the same reason, the unpredictability. Man City have been very predictable in their last 4 years of finishing seasons, and that's the reason I make them favourite, but you never know.
Wouldn't it be remarkable if Tottenham did Arsenal a favour tomorrow night live on Talk Sport? Anyway, 3-1 Liverpool. Watkins though has found Diaby. He's surging into the area, angle tight, rams it into the side netting. Van Dijk was trying to get back at him. Diaby had largely eluded him, but I think the angle was the problem there.
Do you know what? I'm watching Diaby a couple of times when he gets in here tonight. He's too rash. There's not much composure, slashes at it instead of even a chop back. If you think the angle, chop back, wait for the runners. Just have some composure. You're in, there's only 2 defenders back, you've got runners coming. Or you go across the goal and you take that, you play percentages. It was just a bit frantic again.
Elliott is midway inside his own half, and he's rolled the ball to the left, and Joe Gomez quickly forward now to Gakpo. He's turned inside away from both Konsa and Pau Torres. Gakpo is driven forward towards the midway point of the Villa half. His pass towards Diaz had nothing on it, and Diaz stretching to try and reach it, tripped Luca Digne. Free kick Aston Villa. Gakpo actually did a lot of good work with the run initially, but then, as you say, Danny, not a good pass.
No, he didn't have a pick show. I mean, if he'd felt on his left-hand side, as he went inside, Harvey Elliott had made a great little run down the left, could little reversal, but he didn't have a picture ready. He's like running, waiting, and just sometimes you've got to know what you're going to be doing as you're running with the ball. Just got to try and add that little bit of composure to his game. Gakpo, sorry.
Here's Diego Carlos, midway inside his own half. He's floated the ball high over the top. Jurgen Klopp arms outstretched as Bailey charges through the middle. Joe Gomez gets back brilliantly there, and the free kick is given by Simon Hooper in favour of Liverpool. Bailey caught Gomez. He gets a pat on the back from Addison and from Van Dijk as well. Initially it looked like he was miles out of position, but he haired back to get beyond Bailey.
Great recovery. It's a good run from Bailey in the first. Just his touch takes, tries to go across Gomez, but Gomez looks really fit and strong at the moment. Well, he has done all season.
Still Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3 on Talk Sport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever the mission, home or away, Enterprise helps over 120,000 people every day. 03717 223344 for the sports bar to come after us. Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Here goes Diaby, darting infield from the right hand side. He rolls it back across. Zaniolo! Smart save, Aston down to his right. Zaniolo gets there again, cuts it back to Douglas Luiz. He rolls it goalwards, blocked, and then Bailey shanks it miles wide on his left side. In fact, Luca Digne's kept it in on the far side touchline. He crosses, cleared away, diving header by Alexis McAllister. Now Liverpool break. Luis Diaz is fouled. I think your sixth sense, Danny Murphy, as Pau Torres' books, is absolutely right. It just doesn't feel like Villa's night in front of goal.
Zaniolo should have scored. It wasn't a finisher conviction. It's good play from Diaby, good pullback. Thing is, he's coming in off that left side and he ends up on the edge of the box centrally. It's actually perfect for a right footer. He lets it run across him. Means you lose the power on your left foot because you're letting it run across you. If you take it early, I mean, he's left footed to be fair to him, but it was an awkward finish and it was an easy save in the end, really.
And it was John McGinn who's been yellow carded and not Pau Torres amid all of that maelstrom and chaos. And Bailey was probably the guiltiest party with the left-footed effort that was heading out for a throw.
Yeah, but that was a harder one. That was
true.
Flying at him mid-air.
You're right.
The pullback at the edge of the box is something you do every day, all day in training. Like bottom corners, you've got to have some conviction in it. It was a nothing finish.
Diaz has raced away from Consta down the near side of Liverpool left, right in front of the commentary position. Down by the corner flag, he's cut it back towards McAllister, but McGinn is there to nip ahead of McAllister and poke it clear. Only as far as Gomez, retreating back to win it back again. There'll be a couple of changes for Liverpool shortly. Forward by Endo up the middle, cleared away by Diego Carlos before it can reach Gakpo. And Liverpool look capable of adding more goals. Darwin Núñez, and I think it's Gravenberch who's going to come on for Liverpool. You can see just to our right, we're halfway inside the half to the left as Alexander-Arnold pumps the ball high upfield. That's a good pass. Alexander-Arnold collects, Salah collects it down by the corner flag, back to Elliott. Elliott jinking feet, little lucky, but he gets it into the path of Salah. Salah corner of the area, might open up for him here, Mo Salah. Elects not to shoot, goes back to Gomez. Aston Villa with plenty back behind the ball. They trail 3-1. Elliott for Liverpool, dinks it over the top, and here comes Martinez to claim.
No, it's too... Good build-up, nice and patient by Liverpool. Harvey Elliott just getting a bit carried, forced in the issue there.
And now Szoboszlai stripped and ready to go for Liverpool and Jones. So
four of them.
Well, yes, it may be a
great bench in at Liverpool. I've got some wonderful talent on that bench.
Not bad. And still without Jota and Robertson. Forward by Elliott to Endo, midway inside the Aston Villa half. It's touched on to Mo Salah, right hand edge of the area, lays it square towards Alexander-Arnold. Nothing behind the little square ball from Salah, and it was cleared away by Luca Digne, only as far as the halfway line. Liverpool will come forward again. Only Wolves at home remains after tonight for Jurgen Klopp. Nearly 9 years in charge at Liverpool, and what a transformative 9 years it's been. And really, the Champions League finals that they narrowly lost to Real Madrid on 2 occasions, the way that Manchester City have been, in a sense Liverpool have actually deserved even more. As Alexander-Arnold crosses right-footed along the edge of the 6-yard line, nobody close enough in a green and white shirt to meet it, but Gakpo sliding in by the corner flag, elegant touch to keep it in play, and now Joe Gomez will strike one. Never scored a senior goal, and that hasn't changed there.
He wasn't set for it. I felt for him because he was running away from it. I thought, don't hit that.
Right, here come the 4. Liverpool changes as the rain returns with a vengeance to Villa Park. Is that fair, Danny, in a different era? And it's easy to say without Manchester City and Pep Guardiola, but Liverpool would have had a couple of more Premier League titles, you'd think, as well.
Well, I mean, Aidan and I were talking earlier, and I said to him, in effect, there were 4 results away from 3 Champions Leagues and 3 Premier Leagues.
Yes.
You know, those 1-point deficits to Man City, that's 1 result in each season, and then 2 finals where 1 keeper threw it away, and then the other one, the Real Madrid quarter, got man of the match.
I think over the top by McAllister towards Elliott. He's slid in and he's got it into the path of Salah. Very slick surface. Across came Diego Carlos to win it back the centre half with authority. And now Douglas Luiz looking to stride forward from the midway point of his own half. Rain getting heavier and heavier here as The changes are going to come shortly for Liverpool. Nunez, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and Jones. Zaniolo left wing position for Aston Villa, crosses in low, thumped away by Quansah. Aston Villa corner at the Holte End, 16 and a half left. And the Liverpool changes. We will see Gakpo, Elliott, Diaz and Endo go off shortly, but I'm sure they'll wait for this corner to be taken before the change is made, the quadruple alteration. And Douglas Luiz has placed the ball down in between the Holte End and the Doug Ellis stand, so a far side as we look at it. Corner to Aston Villa, plenty forward in claret and blue. Douglas Luiz waits for the runners. Here it comes, floated in high, right-footed. Diego Carlos went up. Good header away, that by Van Dijk. Lucadinha struck it left-footed from about 40 yards. It's only reached the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Fouled Diego Carlos on Van Dijk again. And now Liverpool will make the aforementioned changes. And again, Danny, I spoke about Liverpool coming close in previous seasons. They, again, haven't been far off it this year, but ultimately not quite enough in the Premier League.
Well, to be in the position they were in, fighting for the title with what, 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks to go. I'm not sure people anticipated that at the beginning of the season with the amount of changes in the squad, with the difficulties of last season. A trophy and beginning of the season, a trophy and Champions League qualification probably would have been more than acceptable. It's only because they've been in all 4 competitions for so long that it was, I don't know, the expectation was maybe higher. Winning the League Cup, being the favourites for Europa League, etc., competing with Arsenal and City. I think there will be some disappointment, but overall the progression from last season has been good, and of course the youngsters proving themselves into this squad, giving them a bit more depth, a bit more reliability. The new signings adapting well. A new manager's got a lot to look forward to in this squad. I mean, we wouldn't want to work with this group of players.
On the slot of Feyenoord set to take over. Liverpool have made that quadruple change then, and the ball is on the halfway line with Salah, who's won a free kick. Fouled, tackled from behind by Pau Torres. It was supposed to be a night of celebration for Aston Villa here in front of their own fans, the final home game of the season, but with 14 minutes left, it looks like defeat.
Well, the game was already chaotic. Now you've got Darwin Nunez on just to add a bit more to it.
A heavy ball back to Alisson from Quansah, and Alisson controlled it with almost a nonchalant ease. Did very well there in front of his own 6-yard box, and now Quansah chips the ball up the middle.
He is. Ooh.
Nunez was chasing after it, but it didn't float over the head of Lucadinha. Nunez trying to cut off the back pass to Martinez. His clearance isn't a good one. Straight to Ryan Gravenberch, and now it's dropped to Szoboszlai. Wide to Salah, corner of the penalty area. The Liverpool subs involved already. Great reverse ball. Salah, Szoboszlai. Good save by Martinez. Flying at the feet of the midfielder. Lovely run, lovely move, good save.
It's a beautifully timed pass, cutting in off that right-hand side, and Szoboszlai makes the run through the middle, and as Salah comes in, he just slides him in, begging to be chipped over Martinez, but to be fair to him, he comes out so quickly. It's that right arm. Great save.
Szoboszlai looking for his first Liverpool goal since mid-March.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame this is for Zaniolo. He's gone down, the sub, and he might have to be substituted himself here. There will be
looks like he's holding the side. Look, he's pointing down. I've done that injury, the metatarsal. It looks like he's pointing at the thing in his foot. I remember that feeling well. You know straight away you've done something.
So Zaniolo may be about to be replaced. John Duran and Callum Chambers, who we haven't seen much of this season.
Duran's a handful. I've been impressed with him when I've seen him. I don't know how much you've seen of him. I think he really causes centre-halves problem with his physicality and his directness. Scored a couple of great goals as well when I've seen him.
He's quite an explosive finisher, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I guess he's quite raw, but only a couple of Premier League starts to his name, but he's somebody who really will start to come on, you would think. And Zaniolo on his feet.
He's been unlucky in a way, because Watkins has been absolutely outstanding and pretty much stayed fit.
Yep, that's true.
You know, if normally, there's generally a spell in the season where you get a little run, maybe half a dozen games or whatever.
So Zaniolo, well, he's got one boot off, so he's definitely coming off here. Duran and Chambers, we mentioned, coming on, formerly of Arsenal, of course, Callum Chambers. So real injury disappointment again here for Zaniolo, it looks like anyway. And a double change about to be made. Let's just give you the latest odds with Ladbrokes. 3-1 Liverpool lead. Right now to back the next goal scorer. Aston Villa to score the fifth goal at 19-10. Liverpool to score next at 5-4. All back no fifth goal at 2-1. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18 plus begambleaware.org. So Duran for Zaniolo and Chambers for Douglas Luiz. And a ripple of applause for Douglas Luiz and for Chambers. Just the seventh appearance in all competitions all season. And in just a moment, Liverpool will get the chance to take the corner in front of the away fans.
I think what this end of the season has shown a little bit for Villa, because obviously a lot of these players have played a lot of games, they've got a few injuries granted, and not to detract from a wonderful season, but if they are going to compete in the Champions League and the Premier League next season, they are going to have to make some additions, and they've got to be good ones. I mean, we've seen that with Newcastle this season, haven't we? Struggle at times with the injuries and the amount of games.
Corner into the near post from Alexander-Arnold, bicycle kick away from Luca Digne, and now McAllister retreats towards the halfway line, and great tenacity to win it back quickly for Liverpool. Ball forward by Alexander-Arnold. Nunez, little layoff back to the corner of the box, and Cody Gakpo here, who can measure the pass. Little poke forward to Szoboszlai.
That's a go in.
The dead ball line. He's done a full 180 turn there, twice Szoboszlai, and then it's hung up very high by Alexander-Arnold. Little drop down for Van Dijk. Looping header, well gathered that by Martinez. It really held up in the wind to reach Van Dijk, and then a looping header, and Martinez had to backpedal and use all of his height to pluck it out of the air.
It was a hell of a header back from Van Dijk. It was cleared everyone, hadn't it? It was loopy cross from the right from Trent Alexander-Arnold. I thought Szoboszlai should have put it in just before, actually, but
Chambers nearly a miscue on the edge of his own box. Back it goes to Diego Carlos, and Martinez under pressure from Nunez, very casual to the feet of Pau Torres. 3-1 Liverpool. It really does almost have an end of season feel about it now, even though at the start of the night there was a heck of a lot to play for Aston Villa. But a reminder, if they lose to Manchester City tomorrow, then they'll be confirmed as the team that are going to finish in fourth position, and Manchester City would go top of the Premier League with a win ahead of the final day. So tomorrow night at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we'll be live with you on Talk Sport for live and exclusive commentary of the big game, and then we will be where the story is on the final day. Jones for Liverpool, caught in between two Aston Villa players. Throw one by Konsa, takes it infield to McGinn under pressure immediately from Jones. There's good desire and tenacity from Liverpool, and even though there's nothing officially for them to play for,
I think they deserve credit. Yeah, you're right, they've had a good go, haven't they? And Villa have as well. You know, they've had some bad luck tonight, played against a good side, things haven't gone their way, but they've kept going and they've made chances. They'll be disappointed.
There could have been far more goals than the four we've seen.
Well, games of football generally are won and lost on minute details, really small details.
A couple of VAR checks tonight. Nunez cushion header, angled ball to the left-hand side, and Ryan Gravenberch has got possession. Gravenberch left-hand side, jinks away from Diego Carlos, cuts it back towards Mo Salah, little touch towards Nunez, scrambled away only as far as Alexander-Arnold, who hit that firmly on the half volley, left-footed, and Martinez got one big left hand behind it to turn it over the top.
Kept it down well, Trent. Scrambled about on the edge of the box. Villa gets to the edge of the box. Trent swings a left foot at it. Decent strike. One for the cameras there from Martinez. I'd have caught that personally.
He did kind of beat it away, didn't he? I did wonder just for a second, was it going to drop the wrong side?
I don't know what he was thinking there, really.
Big leap up into the air. 3-1 Liverpool. The rain is sort of
it's not like him to create
controversy.
Yeah, that's the word.
Corner from Alexander-Arnold. It evades Nunez, headed away. Nudged downfield by Alexis McAllister, and Liverpool have won it back with Szoboszlai. Wide to the right, Alexander-Arnold. The attack is still alive here. Ball right across the edge of the 18-yard area. Didn't reach Salah and didn't reach Gravenberch either. And now there are big gaps for Aston Villa on the counter-attack. Diaby surges forward, down the middle. Watkins to his left. Watkins, the pass is behind him, but he's got control of it in the left-wing position, the far side. Rolls it backwards 10 yards or so to Callum Chambers. Chambers urged to shoot. Little reverse ball, evades Ollie Watkins. And Gomez, well, he doesn't need to let it trickle out of play. In fact, it will stop shy of the heart of the dead ball line. And Liverpool a little clumsy, playing it out of the defensive third. And Gomez, it's bouncing down in front of him in the right back position. He's giving it away to Luca Digne. Now Alexander-Arnold, though, will clear upfield. So Bosley chasing that. Ball spits off the turf and is back in Aston Villa possession. Bailey, 25 yards out, right of centre now, and he's away from the defender. Bailey, he's got his back to goal, trying to twist and turn. Brilliant. He's rolled it through the middle, and the snapshot from Duran, it was blocked by Quansah. That took the sting out of it, and it's gathered by Addison.
Super play from Bailey, that was. Finding the energy to keep the ball, to wait, to do his work. Find that little bit of space, create that little bit of time just to get his head up. Lovely pass. Good defending from Quansah again. He's done really well, Quansah, since the goal for Villa.
Poor touch, McAllister. It's been given away on the edge of the box to John Duran to hit one left-footed. Oh, and he finds the bottom corner. Duran punishes the error emphatically. It's another explosive finish from the Aston Villa substitute. John Duran rattled it into the bottom corner. No chance for Addison, and Liverpool really have gifted Aston Villa a route back into the game. Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 3, 5.5 minutes to go.
I don't know what Emery's doing.
He's out of his technical area, he's on the pitch.
Poor from McAllister. Great finish, that is. Boom. Cuts in on that right hand side. Duran, the substitute we've talked about, impactful, powerful.
Well, they need 2, of course, to win the game and confirm Champions League football. I think they'd love an equaliser at the very least at this point.
Yeah, they would. Probably deserve it.
Great game, 5 goals, 3-2 Liverpool. Darwin Núñez racing up the middle, it's 3 against 3. Núñez goes for it early, and Martinez has to make a sprawling save to his left-hand side. That wasn't easy because it bounced just in front of him, Danny.
He watched it beautifully. It was a good positive run from Núñez and smashed it. Well, didn't smash it, hit it quite hard with a bit of bending. It come off the deck, skidded up, and he watched it well, Martinez. They're telling Szoboszlai to sit in with McAllister at the moment. Well, rightly so.
They were asking for trouble maybe a few moments before that, Liverpool, trying to play out from the back.
Yeah, but it's unlike McAllister. I mean, he does give the odd one away, but you can't always expect that. You know, you've got to play when there's space there, and then to expect the mistake, you can't not play in case you make a mistake. The space was there, to be fair. Just a poor touch.
Unai Emery on the edge of his technical area again, in fact beyond it, almost standing on the left wing as we look at it. Emery leading his side, trailing Liverpool by 3-2. Live on TalkSport, the ball is with Jones through the middle, and Darwin Núñez is onside. He's clear on goal, he's found a goal for Liverpool, but the flag does go up belatedly.
There's so many, isn't there, tonight? Yeah, he's off. He's a yard off. He doesn't have to be either. Nice finish though, he calmed himself.
Unai Emery, by the way, was yellow carded in the aftermath of that second Aston Villa goal. Aston Villa 3-2 down, 3 minutes to go. And the Sports Bar follows us live on TalkSport to come. 03717 223344. Martinez has the ball, the Aston Villa goalkeeper, edge of his own penalty area. Little square pass to Diego Carlos. Is there going to be another twist in a fascinating game that we've seen tonight at Villa Park? Gomez has knocked the ball out of play. Glancing touch though to Villa on the halfway line. Emery practically threw that into the chest of Quansah. He wants the game to get underway again quickly. 2.5 minutes left as Aston Villa seek an equaliser. Diaby, explosive racing through the middle. He's darted clear. Oh, it's hit Duran. It's in. It's 3-3.
Wow.
John Duran, the super sub. And Aston Villa have come from 3-1 down to 11 it up. up with 2 minutes to go, and now can they get the goal they need to reach the Champions League? It just hit Duran off his chest. He's on a hat-trick. Villa Park's gone mad. Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 3.
Well, Diaby's actually been a real thorn in Liverpool's side all night. He's onside, he plays it through, but it actually, would you believe it, he tries to control it, Duran, and it hits his knee and loops over Alisson. First bit of luck they've had, really. He overhits the pass, Diaby, it bounces off Duran's knee.
And even Tom Hanks has gone mad in the stands for that one. Now there's a delay to the restart. We haven't had a
he's onside.
Confirmation that the VAR's checking it for a possible handball.
What?
Did it hit the arm of Duran before going? And I thought initially it had come off his chest.
I thought it come off his knee.
Well, it can't be both of those anyway.
No, but maybe we're all getting a bit excited. Come on!
Oh, was it handball against Duran? And will Aston Villa see a goal ruled out after a VAR check?
If that
for the second time.
If that touched his hand.
Goal given. 3-3. One more goal for Aston Villa. And they'll be playing Champions League football. Emery's got to be careful he doesn't get sent off.
He don't care. He don't care, the fella. Go on.
He's edge of his technical area. He's nearly on the pitch again.
It's the passion. It's the passion of football.
30 seconds to go. Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 3. What a comeback for Aston Villa live on TalkSport. One more goal takes them into next season's Champions League. Whole tenders in the sky, rings around Villa Park, and they've won it back now with Watkins. Midway into the Liverpool half, Watkins shuffles it to his left. Digne looks up, crosses, headed away by Quansah. It's dropped down to Chambers on the edge of the box, and his pass is overhit. Goal kick, 9 added minutes.
Whoa!
9 added minutes at the end of a thriller. Well, it's the final game night, Monday Night Football of the season. Danny Murphy's with us on TalkSport. Liverpool have been pegged back. They were 3-1 up. And the third goal for Aston Villa, a remarkably fortunate deflection off Duran. It looped over Addison into the net. Can they win it here?
Well, my sixth sense out the window, isn't it? After that bit of luck from Villa.
Well, maybe Liverpool will be feeling it now.
Yeah.
It's one goal this for Aston Villa.
Great resilience.
To confirm fourth.
Perseverance from Villa.
Nearly a minute through, the 9 added at the end of the game. We promised you drama, we brought you drama, and there's so much more to come in the Premier League this week on TalkSport. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow, Old Trafford on Wednesday, the final day of the Premier League season. We'll bring you all of the action on the network. The ball is back on the halfway line with Quansah of Liverpool. Liverpool might as well go for it themselves, really.
They will. They got 5 men ahead of the ball, 6 men ahead of the ball.
It's turned into a classic under the lights here in the driving rain. Alexander-Arnold dinks it up the middle towards Salah. Overhit. Martinez out to play.
Too straight.
Why isn't Martinez getting to his feet? Why doesn't he want to carry it on?
Well, I'm assuming it does a draw change the dynamic. I haven't got the table in front of me.
It doesn't. It puts Aston Villa 5 points clear of Tottenham, but Spurs will have the 2 games still to play. And of course there'll be 1 left for Aston Villa, but it doesn't guarantee Champions League football a draw tonight. They're on their feet, it's bouncing Villa Park. Oh, and there's a chance for Diaby. He's in! Saved by Alisson. Incredible stop. Rattled goal was by Diaby. Corner for Villa. 3-3. 2 minutes through 9 added.
Oh, he strike. What a save that is with his right bicep from Alisson. Brilliant strike from Diaby. I'm not sure he can do much more than get his foot through it. It's an unbelievable save. Imagine that had gone in the play. The roof's going to come off.
Corner. Holt End on its feet. 3-3. Luca Digne live on TalkSport. Corner. Left-footed. Looping. Diego Carlos jumping. Cleared away by Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold from the dead ball line slices it. There's a nerviness about Liverpool now. Aston Villa are all over them, and they've still got 6 minutes and 15 seconds. And the referee's delayed the restart here. He stopped the game, Simon Hooper. Is there a possible check going on in the area? We don't know. We haven't had any sort of confirmation.
They just went up, Van Dijk and Carlos.
Well, the game is stopped.
Could be a handball.
Is there a possibility?
It did hit Van Dijk's arm, but I'm not sure what he's supposed to do. I mean,
VAR is checking it. Diego Carlos and Van Dijk in an outstretched position, but not an unnatural one, Van Dijk, given that he was challenging with Diego Carlos. The claret and blue flags are flying high all around Villa Park. 3.5 minutes into 9 added at the end of the game. Ezri Konsa's going to take a long throw. A goal here for Aston Villa will take them into the Champions League. It's been taken short. Back to Konsa. Konsa crosses. Big deflection. Here comes Alisson. Handles it well. He looked like he was fouled there, Alisson. He was. As he jumped, he took the ball in two hands, fouled on the dead ball line. Free kick to Liverpool. Incredible save from Alisson a couple of moments ago.
It's a brilliant save. It's a bit like the Martinez one earlier as well, or from Szoboszlai. That right arm comes up. Liverpool playing out from the back.
Liverpool have cleared it long, high towards Darwin Núñez. Núñez has got away from Pau Torres. He's tried to pull it back. It's come to Curtis Jones.
Oh, he hasn't got hold of it.
Saved by Martinez.
He hasn't got hold of it. You've got to really commit to that and wrap your foot around it.
Less than 5 added minutes remain. TalkSport, the place to be between now and the end of the season. We've got the Championship playoff semi-final second legs on Thursday and Friday. League 1 and League 2 finals at the weekend. Poor clearance, Martinez. It's dropped to Szoboszlai. Villa till I die, chant the home supporters. Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 3. Liverpool coming forward now. Sliding clearance away by Pau Torres. I think there'll be big cheers for Aston Villa even if it finishes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They've showed great. They've had a great season. And even today, I mean, so much drama, so much resilience, creativity, tenacity. Loads of good stuff for the fans.
Curtis Jones in the 96th minute now. 9 minutes added at the end of the game. Liverpool were 3-1 up. They've been pegged back. Villa are level. Liverpool, can they get the winner? Quansah just inside opposition territory. Wide to the right, Szoboszlai back in field. It's picked up by McAllister. A square ball to Van Dijk. 15 yards into Aston Villa territory. Looked at one stage like the game was petering out. 2 John Duran goals off the bench to level it for Aston Villa. That never say die attitude of Unai Emery's team. And now Quansah out to the right and Salah for Liverpool. Far side, infield, return ball from Szoboszlai. Back out wide to Salah again. 3 in the middle. Salah's won a corner for Liverpool. Unai Emery's almost been playing like a left winger, the manager. He's been on the pitch a couple of times, Emery. Could Liverpool pinch it here? Alexander-Arnold standing over it. Quansah scored once tonight, is forward. Van Dijk is there as well. In by Alexander-Arnold, right-footed. Header away by Diego Carlos. Cleared further away by Diaby. Out of play, Liverpool throw midway inside the Villa half. Still the driving rain and swirling wind beneath the floodlights here. Gomez inside the centre circle, out to the left, and Jones.
Doesn't a draw mean Tottenham have to win both?
Yes, that would be the case. That would be the case.
Rather than a draw and a win.
Yep, that's it. So actually, yes, it does make Aston Villa's position more secure.
It does, yeah.
There'd be 5 clear of Tottenham who'd have 2 left to play.
And that's maybe the balance he's thinking of, because
Aston Villa would have to beat Manchester City
rather than
Sheffield United, rather than get a draw against them.
Yeah, Tottenham would have to beat Manchester City. I think that's right,
Throw by Quansah right
maybe that's why they've just dropped off a little bit.
2 added minutes left here at Villa Park. It's 3-3. And the ball is on the halfway line. Liverpool free kick. Gomez back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk just shy of the halfway line. He looks up. Does Van Dijk under no pressure whatsoever. He's played it on to Gomez. Now Van Dijk again. Quansah, edge of the centre circle. Square to Van Dijk once more. Big diagonal ball out towards the right. Header away by the retreating Digne. We've got 90 seconds left of a thrilling match at Villa Park. Darwin Núñez, has he won Liverpool a throw? He has, right by the corner flag. Liverpool want to win it. Back he goes to Alexander-Arnold. Infield to Szoboszlai, 25 yards out right of centre. He stumbles, it's cleared away by Duran. Aston Villa fans on their feet all around us here.
Had an impact, Duran, hasn't it? Twice. Duran. Couldn't resist, Abe. Come on.
Oh, and it's knocked out of play by Alexander-Arnold. Aston Villa throw. Left back position. Yes, so they'll be 5 points clear of Spurs, and surely that will be enough for Aston Villa. 4, you would have thought, would probably be enough anyway.
Well, yeah, either way, doesn't it? Delays the celebration in a way, doesn't it? That's the problem for these fans here tonight. They do that Diaby chance then when Alisson's made that wonderful save. I mean, I dread to think how wild they would have gone if that had gone in.
Well, there's only 30 seconds left, but Diaby's down, injured by the corner flag, and the game has been stopped here. Simon Hooper goes across to Diaby, helped
He's
his
got
feet by
cramp, I
Martinez.
think, and no wonder, because he's been a real handful. He's been absolutely terrific, to be fair to him. He's had a couple of chances and missed them, I know. Work ethic, desire, quality runs, nice bits of skill, really tried to take the game to Liverpool, Diaby has.
We've had 99 minutes, 3-3 the score, Aston Villa against Liverpool, and there's a throw to Aston Villa, midway inside Liverpool territory. Luca Digne will take it, barely enough time for a late winner. Ollie Watkins blocked off by Quansah. Alexander-Arnold, right back position, hammers it high and long downfield. Nunez chasing, Diego Carlos is there. Nunez tries to beat him to it, tried to chase it down with all his might, but he's only succeeded in knocking it out of play, and the final whistle is surely seconds away here. And Simon Hooper blows the final whistle, and Aston Villa are nearly there. So close to Champions League qualification after a stirring late comeback to hold Liverpool to a 3-3 draw. It's the sort of performance Aston Villa have been putting in all season as they look set to upset the established order to finish in those top 4 positions. They're 5 points clear of Tottenham now, so Tottenham would have to win both of their remaining games and hope for an Aston Villa slip-up on the final day. That doesn't look likely to happen, and even on the night itself, it was a thrilling Aston Villa comeback. 3-1 down to Liverpool after an own goal from Emi Martinez. Tielemans with the equaliser, Gakpo and then Quansah had put Liverpool in a very commanding position indeed. It looked as though it was all over, but 2 late goals off the bench from John Duran, the Aston Villa super sub, coming on to score in the 85th and the 88th minutes. The second, a good slice of fortune about it, but it delighted the Holt end, and Villa could even have won it late on. Diaby threw on goal, denied by the brilliance of Aston. It's yet another Premier League thriller that we've brought you on Talk Sport, and surely, even though it's not mathematically certain just yet, this ground is going to be hosting Champions League football next season. Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 3.